that I called Mommy Am I Pretty, because it was all about a little girl who her best friend asked her if she was pretty. And on the walk home, her mother walked through various traits that make somebody a beautiful person: being kind, developing themselves from the inside by developing passion, the importance of failing, self talk, positive self talk. So that's how Mommy Am I Pretty was created.
And did your daughter ask you if she was pretty?
There
Is
was
that
that discussion, I think it's
yeah.
a common discussion with girls that, am I pretty and she's popular, and all of these words that are thrown around, but can be very impactful.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, great. And then what was oh, so is this your second book? This one that I have.
And the second book is Awesome Inside and Out. So
Oh,
I,
so it's not that
I,
one. Okay.
no, I had gone to schools, and after every talk, they'd say, "When are you going to do a boys' book?" So right before COVID, I created Awesome Inside and Out, which is a more inclusive book. And but it has very similar theme about creating your best self from the inside. And so again, when I go to schools, I called it my Celebrate You tour, because that's what we did. We celebrated our self-worth, our self-esteem, our confidence, and being unique.
And did you really went, I mean, I'm not questioning what you wrote, but 150 schools?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. That was an understatement, because what I would do is I would take days off from work and I would just go, and some days I do one or two or three schools depending on the time frames. So it was and it just kind of fed my soul. It was the
Mm.
right thing to do, and the reaction from the kids about speaking about something that was clearly on their mind became so important. I mean, one of the highlights of that whole tour was a little girl came up to me at the end of the talk and said, "I just really want to thank you for writing the book, because I've never felt like I was pretty. But now that you've taken the time to explain to me what pretty means, I think I might be, and I just want to give you a hug." So, it's been a
Oh,
journey of 12 years of speaking to kids. So it's been wonderful.
wow. Now, all right, this is a personal question, but do you get paid to do this or are you just volunteering your heart
Much
and
of
soul?
it much of it was volunteer work.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, seeing the impact, and, social media became more of a thing. And so it was more inundated. Now their friends were also using filters. So it was really hard to determine what was real, what was fake. And the education
Mm.
became that much more important.
Wow. And are you still doing that? You still going around?
Absolutely. So what happened was, and the evolution was, right before COVID, I'd published Awesome Inside and Out. After COVID, I was asked to speak at a women's event. And it was after that that so many parents started to come up and speak to me about what was happening at their house with social media. And it had moved dramatically from self-esteem and self-image to my daughter's self-harming. My daughter was the victim of an online predator.
Mm.
My neighbor's child gave their 9-year-old a smartphone, and they haven't seen her come out of her bedroom. It,
Mhm.
it became the disordered eating, both amongst boys and girls. It became so epic that the crisis was just so clear. The mental health crisis that had grown since COVID was just alarming to me. So at the time, I was still employed with the Ministry of the Attorney General in Canada, and I recognized that there was a real need now to get out to schools. There was a real need to find and develop a resource for parents to educate. And because I'd had the experience and knew the impact of Mummy Am I Pretty and Awesome Inside and Out, that's why I developed the Family Smartphone Guide.
Mm. Let me show you. And do you have a copy of the other books to show or not within reach?
Not within reach, but I
Okay.
certainly will
Okay. All
after
right,
the
good.
break.
Wow. Well, I really commend you on taking this on. I mean, it seems like it's such a bigger thing. You know, it's not even people don't even talk, like they're not even aware of it. I think, when you think mental health, it's just like they think there's nothing they can do about it, and there's, it like they don't get that the situation is causing it.